I want to talk about Kole Lind's game log. So, I'm going over here onto the WHL website, checking out the player profiles for all the players that they got. It's a really good website, guys. AHL, WHL, OHL, they got some good resources for checking up on our prospects. So, I want to take a look at the last 10 games that Kole Lind has suited up for the Rockets and has played. So, today, the Rockets played against Spokane, and they won. It was a really good game. They got 7 goals. It was all good. But I want to go back 10 games for Kole Lind. So, with this game tonight being the first game, I want to go back to the 10th game for our prospect taken in the second round, and that 10th game was on December 9th against the Brandon Wheat Kings. Now, this one, it was a bad game. The Rockets, they lost 7-4 to the Wheat Kings. It was not good. The Wheat Kings getting 3 goals in the second and 2 in the third. But this game, December 9th, Kole Lind pots himself a goal and an assist. Then, Kole Lind goes on a 6-day break because this is the Team Canada tryouts, and unfortunately, he gets cut December 14th. So, on December 15th, the very next day, Kole Lind plays in what we'll call his 9th most previous game. In his 9th most previous game against the Prince Albert Raiders, Kole Lind gets himself a hat trick, 3 goals, 0 assists, 3 total points. Then, the next night, against the Saskatoon Blades, Kole Lind, he fixes himself up in the assist category. 0 goals, but 4 assists. 4 points on the night. That combines for a total of 7 points in 2 games, 7 points in 2 days for Kole Lind. Then, let's go back to the 7th most recent game for Kole Lind against the Kamloops Blazers. This one was December 27. It was after the break for the WHL. They came back, and Kole Lind, he gets himself a goal. And the Kelowna Rockets, they take this one 2-1. So, yeah, really good job, Kole Lind. Very, very important play right here. Going over to the next game, which is 2 days after this, December 29th, this is the 6th most previous game. Kole Lind, he increases his goals. 3 goals, 0 assists, 3 points. So far, we've tracked 5 games. So the 10th most previous game up to the 6th, that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That's 5 games. So, in these 5 games that we have tracked so far, Kole Lind has gotten himself 8 goals, 5 assists, and a total of 13 points in these 5 games. And that's just the other half of the past 10 games that Kole Lind has played. Going over to the 5th most recent game that Kole Lind has played against the Victoria Royals, no goals in this one, he was a -2. This one, which came on December 30th, the Comets, they won this one in a shootout, but Kole Lind, he gets himself 1 assist. So, you know, it's not bad getting an assist, right? Going over to the next game, which happened to be 4 days later against Tri-City. Kole Lind, he redeems himself at this one. He's a +1, and he gets himself 2 assists. The Rockets win this one, Kole Lind is happy, and we're all happy here as well. Going over January 5th, in the 3rd most recent game, Kole Lind has an assist. Going over to the 2nd most recent game against Calgary, he has an assist as well. And coming over to tonight, against Spokane, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, 3 shots on goal as well. So Kole Lind, in the span of 10 games, spanning back to December 9th, he has a total of 20 points in 10 games. Whoa! He's averaging 2 points a night, spanning back to mid-December, right before the World Juniors, tryout thing started. And this is his point streak. He's on a 10-game point streak. I didn't include 11 games because 11 games ago, Kole Lind got 0 points, so I didn't really want to include it. He's on a 10-game point streak, 20 points in 10 games. In total, he's at 54 points in 32 games, which that is technically not really that good, considering the fact that, oh, he missed some games because of the World Juniors tryouts. Okay, where does he rank? For your information, Kole Lind is tied with Mark Russell, Matteo Gennaro, and Jordy Bellarive for 18th in the league with 54 points. By default, Kole Lind has this spot because he's got it in 32 games. The other 3 guys got it in 42 games, 39, and 39. So, even though these guys are all over a point per game, Kole Lind, he's got himself 54 points in 32 games. He is on top. If you want comparisons, Cody Glass, he's at 12th. How many points does he have? Well, he has 59. How many games? 38. Kole Lind is at 32 games. Cody Glass is at 38. And Kole Lind is only 5 points back of Cody Glass, with this pace of 2 points a night, spanning back to mid-December. Kole Lind is just absolutely tearing it up, and I love making these update videos talking about him because it's just a step forward and a step forward, and we're going down and down and down the line of this season, and it's just getting better and better and better. I love it, guys. Another thing that I wanted to note was the fact that Kole Lind, he's at 21 goals. He's tied for 22nd in the league in goals. But in terms of game-winning goals, he's actually tied for 5th. Which means that Kole Lind, with his 5 game winners out of 21 total goals, he's scoring important ones, and he's scoring ones that really do count and dictate the outcomes of the games, because Kole Lind is really turning things on right now. Another thing I'd like to note is the fact that Kole Lind, he's got 114 shots. Now, I know it's the WHL, and if you look at the shots on goal for all of the WHL players, they're all insanely high. Like Ty Ronning, he's at 222 shots in 44 games. That's incredible. And of course, that wouldn't sustain at an NHL level. But Kole Lind, you know how many games he's played? He's only played 32. These other guys are in the 40s. Kole Lind as a player is averaging like 3.5, 3.6 shots a game. So that's like every time you play the Kelowna Rockets, you will get 3 shots from Kole Lind, and however many goals he scores, a good, 20% of those are going to be game winners. This guy is an important, key, impact player. And, of course, the Rockets, they just got, Dubé and Foot back, so they're going to be really good. There's a reason why they scored 7 goals on Spokane today. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Kole Lind is just going to get better from this, because not only does this situation of these 2 good players coming back from the World Juniors mean something to the team, but it means something to him personally, because, he's going to have more good players to play with. A better power play, technically. Sure, he had to carry the team on his back when Dubé and Foot were gone, but now they're back, and they're ready to play. These 2 players who came back from the World Juniors are super hyped, and they're super excited because they just won gold. They're super thrilled with the opportunity to be playing hockey again, and they want to dominate just like they did in that tournament. Which reflects on the rest of the Rockets team, because the rest of the Rockets team is really, they're just going to get their jets on straight away because the morale is really high right now. They've been winning games, and Kole Lind, players like Kole Lind, they've been getting points. And that is beautiful. Overall, though, a lot of the Canucks have really been striving. A lot of our prospects, a lot of our guys over there in Utica, a lot of our goaltenders in Utica, a lot of our players in the OHL and Sweden, and we've been having a really good track record of Canucks prospect growth in the past, 2 weeks. And it's astounding to me. Because if I look at the Canucks, I say, oh, well, they just lost a really bad game against Washington last night. It doesn't feel good to be a Canucks fan. But then I look at everything that's going on outside of the NHL, literally all of the Canucks prospects outside of the NHL. Maybe the ones even as close as the AHL, and I'm like, yo, man, we've got a good future. It's exciting being a Canucks fan because all these really good players in other leagues are tearing things up, and they're just giving us so much reason to hype around them. But it's not nice being a Canucks fan because you're watching the Canucks. This team sucks. The Canucks are genuinely one of the worst teams I've ever seen, and it's really, you could blame it on the injuries. We could use Dorsett, we could use Sutter, we could use Tanev, we could use Horvat, but please don't tell me I'm the only one who's been really depressed watching the Canucks games recently, and watching the little tidbits of prospect hope. Elias Pettersson, tearing things up in the SHL, Jonathan Dahlin, tearing things up in the Allsvenskan, Philip Holm getting goals, Kole Lind getting 20 points in 10 games in his past 10 games spanning back to mid-December. Thatcher Demko putting up amazing numbers for the Comets in net. This is the material that gets me staying as a Canucks fan, and this is what gets me hyped for the future. So yeah, the main team's boring, everybody. Let's focus on the prospects. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plus, news, trolls like Noscras and Gaming, and bye.